Islam, Hinduism, Buddhism, Judaism, we humans put restraints, boundaries, practices in place to remind you not to act like a dog, to remind you not to act like a beast, to turn your eyes to God. And I'm not saying I believe this, I'm saying that's what they believe. One of the principal libidinous drives is sex.
Right.
The most chaos-inducing drive.
Okay. Yeah.
Because if we're in a tribe and we've decided that we're going to pair bond for life, and you fuck my wife,
right?
And we're the top warriors, and we kill each other.
Right.
That's a problem for the tribe.
Yeah. So it's an instinctual knowledge of the chaos that sex creates.
Exactly that.
Okay, that makes sense.
We're all men and women. This feminist idea that men are terrified of female sexuality and have been driving for years to suppress it. But I have seen just as much effort by women to control female sexuality.
But everybody's scared. You know what's interesting about that realm, though? The female end of controlling sexuality, they're all like liberal and open to have sex, but they're the ones constantly bringing up consent.
Yes.
So at the same time, there's like a dogmatic, almost like Christian-like restriction on sex, but yet it's all that they talk about at the same time.
There's a monkey that's close to us in genetics and behavior, or a primate. I always get that wrong. I don't know which one it is. I always get this wrong. It's not a gorilla. I'm not sure. It might be a chimp. It's one of them, and it's very close to us. And when they reviewed who controls sexual behavior in these packs, of the sexual behavior of women, the researchers, it was a majority male research team, went in. And they thought, with all of our ideas about this, it'll be the males, the men, they're the ones in charge, and you can have sex, you'll have sex. Like, it wasn't. It was the women. It was the women that controlled, the females that controlled who the younger females were permitted to have sex with. The point I'm making here, you can't always compare us to animals. I know it doesn't always work, but perhaps in some cases you can. There is an innate biological drive sometimes. Like you said it, why do we keep coming back to sex? Because it's such a powerful drive within us, and we still haven't resolved it. We're still struggling like hell to deal with this Adam and Eve, Garden of Eden moment where we realize we're naked, we freak out, and we cover up, and then we live in shame and pain forevermore.
Wow. I think people are saying bonobo.
Thank you, bonobos. Bonobos, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense, and especially in times of cultural chaos, the first thing that you would actually want to stop is sex, because of that instinctual knowledge that if somebody flips somebody you don't want to flip, then the whole fucking system collapses on itself. So I guess it makes sense, like subconsciously you just point to that being the very essence of all of the issues.
Yes, and that's a very charitable take. Can I offer a meaner take that's less charitable? Okay. Jordan Peterson and these women you're talking about on the left are fundamentally sexually unfulfilled. They're sexually unfulfilled. They have weak sexual identities. They don't know how to get what they want. They don't even really know what they want, and they're not sexually satisfied. And so they obsess because there's an instinct inside of them that comes back to this as a problem that they've never resolved in their lives. And because they're neurotic, psychotic, control freaks, they seek to control it in others because they believe they're perfect.
It'll be an interesting survey to do. Is to survey everyone who yells about this stuff and actually see how much sex they're having.
Yes.
Because I might know somebody or two that has a lot of sex. Maybe me, maybe not. And I never freak out or complain about these things.
Disgusting. I said humans are evil. Disgusting, disgusting degenerates.
I didn't say it was me. I said if I knew somebody that had a lot of sex, they probably wouldn't complain about all these things so much.
Do you care? Have you ever cared about what any other human being on the planet has done to get an orgasm in your life? If you weren't if that wasn't your girlfriend, or the only time I've ever cared is if it's a client of mine and they've said I particularly have a problem with sex. I don't care. Why would I care? It's not like I don't have my own problems. I have to fix my own life. I'm not going to sit there sweating over they're taking each other from behind. This is what missionaries were like. The missionaries went over and they were like, the natives are fornicating like animals. They're taking each other from behind. So they were like, you can't do that. You can't look at somebody's arse. You have to look at their face, because the face is godly and the arse is of the devil. That's why before you were killed in medieval England, they dragged you backwards to put your head where your arse was, and they were saying you're an idiot in life and now you're gonna die in pain. So they inverted you. So when they saw in other places that, I think it's the most natural way for humans to have sex, or one of the most primal ways for humans to have sex, you could call it doggy style, they freaked out. They're like, you can't look at somebody's arse and achieve an orgasm. That's a disgusting thing to do. Have sex missionary and think about God. And they ruined the sex lives of all those indigenous people across the world. Be miserable like us, you bastards. Don't clap those cheeks, is what they said.
Oh wow!
Did you know that about the missionary position? So you can't look at the arse.
I mean, I knew that it was called missionary, and there was some religious context to it. I know that was the specific thing.
Yeah, don't look at ass and come. It really. I'm sorry to be so vulgar, but but that is why they did it, and they had to watch them to do that. They'd have to watch them, like these creeps would go to somebody else's country and be like, how are they fornicating? They'd sit in the bushes and watch, and then they got upset, and then they told them off.
People are fucking demented, man.
Whilst they're having sex, they're walking over to them with a stick going, no, stop it, stop, get off her.
We are one demented species, guys. You know?
In the name of Jesus, put that woman's ass down.
Like, what happened to just having sex with someone you like, and that was it?
No.
And doing things to them in the way that you both enjoy.
Appalling.
Jesus Christ.
We can't. That's one of the things that frustrates me about, even in the modern day, we're still incredibly sexually repressed. And because we're so sexually repressed, we're very vulnerable. We're very vulnerable to be provoked in the area of lust, which we wouldn't be if we were sexually fulfilled. But where there are things you're allowed to talk about, there's an Overton window around the issue, and there's a way that you can talk about sex that will make you feel you're living in a modern Western liberal democracy, and you're incredibly progressive, and you're incredibly urbane and adult and a member of the cognoscenti. But we in this culture don't even know who we are. We don't even really know what we want. We just do what we do in the way that we do it because Jordan Peterson told us to.
Just imagine thinking about what he tells you while you're in doggy style.
Oh yeah. I would just imagine his sweating face.
Oh my god. Okay, no, we're not going. We're not going here, bro. Let's shift this a little bit.
Yeah, that's right. Come on, man.
No.
Come on, bucko.
Take this out of my fucking ear, bro. No way.
If you didn't have sexual problems before, please listen to the following. Come on, man. Yeah, that's right. Come on, bucko.
Ew.
He's a lumberjack. He slings that wood, baby.
Ew.
Take that maple syrup, damn you. You bad girl. Oh, I made myself feel sick. Wow, okay. All right. I took that bit as far as it's going to go. I'm going to have myself problems.
I ain't got a segue out of this, man. Like, I don't know what the fuck.
Just let it linger. Like Jordan would. Let that shit linger, yeah. God damn.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow.
That's an image that I could live without.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Nobody needs that. Nobody needs that. Please just forget everything I just said and go back to enjoying your normal sex lives.
So,
Alyssa says, as a Canadian, I'm very much not okay. I'm so sorry. Velociraptor, you're going to have to clean your room after this, bucko. Nice. Clean yourself in your damn room.